Well, I doubt this will turn out to be interesting, but you never know. I'm just gonna go through these just to show the anything interesting in acrophobia.
Well, I guess it was all obsolete anyway. Your new suit's a Mark 6, just came up from Songnam this morning. Try and take it easy until you get used to the upgrades. Okay, let's test your targeting first thing. Please look at the top light. Good. Now look at the bottom light. Alright, look at the top light again. That's it. Now the bottom one. Okay. Everything checks out. Stand by. I'm gonna offline the inhibitors. Move around a little, get a feel for it. When you're ready, come meet me by the zapper.
There's actually nothing interesting
Hey,
here.
take it easy.
He'll just complain to you over and over again. But
Careful, you'll tear a tendon doing that.
no way to break out of this, so there's like no interesting
Fine,
things
but
to
don't
see
come
here
crying to
anyways.
me when you rip your leg out of its socket.
This is literally just the same level as
Pay attention, because I'm only going over
Cairo
this
Station.
once. This station will test your recharging energy shields.
The only difference, I think, is just the Covenant things not being there.
Step on in, I'll show you. Your new armor shields are extremely resilient, very efficient. Bingo! As you can see, they recharge a lot faster. If your shields go down, find some cover, wait for the meter to read fully charged.
That, or he can hide behind me. You done with my boy here, Master Guns? I don't see any training wheels.
His armor's working fine, Johnson. You're free to go, son. Just remember, take things slow.
Don't worry, I'll hold his hand.
So, Johnson, when you gonna tell me how you made it back home in one piece?
Sorry, Guns, it's classified.
My ass! Well, you can forget about those adjustments to your A2 scope, and you're sure...
Well, he's in a particularly fine mood. Maybe Lord Hood didn't give him an invitation.
Evan Johnson. Yeah.
Haven't seen it in years. When I shipped out for basic, the orbital defense grid was all theory and politics. Now look, the Cairo is just one of 300 geosync platforms. That Mac gun can put a
What's
round
interesting
through
is
a Covenant
you
capital
can
ship.
pause here and it'll actually like move you sideways because
Coordinated
the
fire
actual
from
cart
the
is actually
Athens to the
moving.
Malta, nothing's getting past this battle cluster in one piece.
It's very akin to Half-Life.
Ships have been arriving all morning. Nobody's saying much, but I'll bet something big's about to happen.
You told me there weren't gonna be any cameras. You told me you were gonna wear something nice. Just need heroes, Chief, to give them hope.
You told me there wouldn't be any cameras.
And you told me you were gonna wear something nice. Folks need heroes, Chief. Give them hope. So smile, would you?
Oh god, the stuttering. Oh god, the stuttering.
Hey, I gone now. Listen.
What? Oh, what? You know, I'm gonna actually... Well, it's affected by the entire game volume, so...
How's it going, Malta? Stand by. They're latched. Check your targets, watch the crossfire.
I like how this says RLB to dual wield, even though you can just press Y to do it. Well, you can't really do anything else just now. You kind of have to wait for them to finish this little part.
As soon as that door opens, let them have it.
The audio just a little bit more. That's about as much as you can do right now. I don't even think you can get back into that area unless you were to build up like a lot of speed and like just push yourself through. Like through here, you know, where speedrunners come through, they drop through here. Okay. So you can't really do anything here either, unless you were to like just build up a ton of speed and try to get through the invisible barriers here, which is just kind of pointless unless you could get out here, but you can't trigger any, you know, like checkpoints yet, so you kind of have to wait till you get through this point to do anything.
They're leaving the Athens.
Cortana, assessment.
That explosion came from inside the Athens, same as the Malta. The Covenant must have brought something with them. A bomb.
Then they sure as hell brought one here. Chief, find it.
I feel like I'm imagining the pistol being weaker for some reason. And this is just normal too, which is surprising. Come on. Jesus. You can just get to the end really quickly there, which I guess is interesting, but this is where you really start to do stuff.
Thanks, Chief. I owe you.
You'll start hearing dialogue like you're hearing it inside and not outside. Which you sometimes will hear Cortana say,
Boarders have breached the fire control
Malta,
system.
what is your status over, you know?
Can you defuse it?
Yes, but I'll need the Chief's help to make contact with the detonator.
Chief, get to the bomb, double time. Cortana, prioritize targets and fire at will.
So this is actually completely modeled all the way out here and has collision, which is just mind-blowing to me. That in 2004, this out here had collision, and you could actually walk on it, which I've been wanting to do this for years, you know, like I've played Halo 2, and I've wanted to go all around this, and even try to get inside of it, you know, like, but there's just no way to do it until now. Which I'm so glad that this skull exists, because it just kind of like, I don't know, it makes you appreciate the work Bungie put in, which is kind of why I don't think there's any Acrophobia skulls in any of the 343 campaigns. Like, I don't even think Halo 4 has it, because that game is incredibly linear compared to this. This is where we just came from, those two rooms that we were fighting in. You can tell because the remastered graphics have the holes here for where the dropship fits through, and you can see the blood of all the grunts and elites that we killed. It's very interesting that you can't even see this, and yet they modeled this out on the world model, which I feel like that's Saber Interactive's fault more than anything else. It didn't need to be modeled like this, which kind of just wastes resources, you know, like once you leave that room, I'm pretty sure Bungie just deletes the room, so you don't have literally models that are, you know, still loaded in. From in here, like you can still see like the elevator thing that some of the Marines took at the beginning, like Miranda and them. And there's just like random things that just kind of spawn in and out. It just kind of makes no sense to me. You can kind of see it here. They pretend like it's despawn, but it's really not. Some of it is called out, like you can see I'm looking away, like towards it, and it calls, and then I look away, and then it comes back. Like that's the opposite of what it should be doing, but, or maybe that's the point. No, I don't actually understand why that happens, but this is also modeled, but it's not, there's no collision on it besides the tube. Which is interesting that Bungie did that. This entire station also has collision, which is just weird. Like, you wouldn't expect to have this entire station built out to where it can just have collision. And it is actually modeled out like you would think it would be, you know, like, since this has collision, you can actually land here. And, you know, like, this is the hole that you come out of And then, you know, it's just like the opposite of the station, essentially. That's the door that it's supposed to lead to. So it's very interesting that they actually modeled this out, and it turns out that it's 100% accurate with Bungie's model, you know, of the interior. So like, the station itself is in itself like a good sort of like interior model and exterior model where everything just kind of fits, compared to the Pillar of Autumn, which didn't actually fit, you know, to the correct dimensions that it was internally made, where you had the entire Warthog run on the inside of the Pillar of Autumn. You can see some metal is different than other metals, which is rectified in the remaster, obviously, but this sort of like harsh metal look is very consistent with the rest of the level, which is nice. Very interesting that I guess we don't see this part of the station, but we see the other parts of it. Because I believe we started out here? No. Where did we come from? Let me look. So we came out there. Fought through here? Kind of. Yeah, we fought through here and then made our way down, and then we have to go back in and then go down there. So... right? Yeah, because there's this whole arboretum. So this is the command center. This makes more sense. Very well, actually no, this is the command center. This has to be the command center. And then you go out and down. And then here's where one of the ships crashes in. Here or here, I can't remember. I think it's here, actually. And they file in and try to go to the command center. And then you then walk this way, up some stairs, and then you fight this direction, kinda. And then, yeah, you can kind of see like this like weird line. It's from the other part of the level. And then I think you go into this door, and then you go up some stairs and you reach this side, which is then the hangar area. Very interesting that there's smoke coming out of here. Unless that's just part of the interior level that's escaping out of the vents, which you never would have thought to even think of that, but there it is. This was also not here before. Interesting. Just another cosmetic antenna. You can also go down here. I'll just show this real quick. You can slide down this and then... because you could already do this. Once you reach the outer part of this level here, you could already like kind of make your way over here if you had like the other skulls on, but yeah, this is where you normally would come down to finish the level. But I think either Bungie, I think it's Bungie, because it's a giant bounding box that's protecting this area here. And you can actually like stand on top of it. And you can see the elevator that you're supposed to go down. But you can't actually enter it, but on the other side you can see that exact hole, and there's no bounding box preventing you from entering it or doing anything. Which it's also very interesting that the rest of this isn't lit correctly. Because the rest of the station is pretty lit properly, at least in like Bungie's version of this. This is, of course, you know, correct. But I don't know, it's like weird just like weirdly not complete, because I guess you don't see this, so it makes sense, but you know, at least like Sniper Interactive kind of did this accurately, where the lighting is consistent, but this part of the station is in the dark compared to the rest of this, which is understandable. Yeah, you cannot enter in backwards or forwards to like try to break the level, so even Bungie was like very meticulous with how they built the level to where you cannot break it, because this is just a solid wall. There'd be no way to get through it unless you've just built up a giant amount of speed. And unlike the Halo 3 Acrophobia, you can't actually kill yourself with an object or into a wall. You just kind of like slam into it like you would expect. I don't know where the death barrier extends to. Yeah, I would assume that the death barrier extends to the correct position, that it's, you know, like if you fall down too much then you die, sort of thing. Is that a... oh. See, the soft barrier can be easily broken here, because it tries to push you out, so you can't get over here, because normally without skulls you can kind of get up here if you jump from... if you grenade jump to there and then grenade jump from there to here, or even to this thing here, because you can just jump here, and then what it tries to do is that it tries to prevent you from going towards the ship, you know, but you can tell it's like a really soft kind of barrier, so if you just boost towards it, you break through it pretty easily. There's not much to say about the ship because there's not much to see. It's just kind of the standard frigate that you're used to. I think this is the kill barrier right here, right at the end of the bottom of this. No? Huh. Interesting. So it is just a death timer then, you don't... So wait, if I go down, if I keep going down... Really? So does that mean I can view the edge of this then? Because I'm assuming it's trying to take your forward momentum, and if you have forward momentum too far down for too long, then you activate the death timer thing. Does this even have collision? Wow. Amazing. Honestly, I would have never expected this to have collision. And this is obviously not lit properly on either side. Because they don't expect you to go down here. But the sun is clearly shining on this. And that also reminds me, I have to show you the frigate up here. So you only really see the frigate from this side, and that's about as good as a look that you're gonna get compared to this shot where it's kind of like evenly lit. But it just looks terrible. Like the whole ship is just like out of the light, even though it should be fully illuminated by the sun. Because you can see here, you know, completely smooth lighting. And you can see how bad it gets, like here, with the dimensions and everything. It's just like complete ugly. Like the textures don't make sense. They're like misaligned too. So I think they just took one texture and then slapped it across the entire ship, which sucks because the ship is actually really cool looking. But oh well. Anyways, we can continue on. You could kind of see when I was out there looking at like the entire level from like a top-down perspective. how crusty everything gets. Because it's reaching the limit of the engine, of how many objects that can be drawn. In Halo 2, it's fine because everything from... So like this room is still rendered here. This room and the outside of the room. And then that little elevator. But all of this stuff is not rendered. But in Halo 2 Anniversary, it is rendered. So your FPS drops to 31 FPS. So it doesn't make any sense as to why they keep this here. Because while they're, you know, developing this game, or the Anniversary Edition, sorry, the remastered graphics, they look at this performance on their machines and they say, oh, it's like 60 FPS or whatever, it's fine, and they don't realize the frame drops as they turn around to view the rest of the level. They just kind of assume 60 is fine. That's also interesting. I never realized that the lighting breaks when you jump too high, which doesn't happen in Halo 2. It just only happens here because the bounding box that determines whether the lighting is inside of the play area is really low on Anniversary, whereas in the Classic it's not. That's really bad. That's really bad, because, you know, people have played this game for years and they're gonna see this and go, wait, why? Like, why is this like this?
First echelon, you're with me. Blanket those cruisers. Take them out one by one. Second echelon, keep those carriers busy.
Richmond, all hostile vessels. 13 cruisers, 2 assault carriers. I'm going loud.
Is that all of them? Yeah. Okay. I know that all the enemies are taken care of here. Not much to see here other than just what we already saw from the outside looking in. Just other than that thing is moving now. I always wondered, can you drop this? Oh, good. You can't actually move that. Oh, you can. What the fuck? So why did it take like 3 grenades to move that? Huh.
The
Okay.
carriers are breaking through, sir. They're heading straight for the Cairo.
Cortana, concentrate your fire on the first carrier. Admirals, do what you can against the second.
Everyone, form up. Follow my lead.
The first carrier completely ignored us. Flew through the Malta's debris field and headed straight for Earth.
Okay. So you can see more of the outside now, where it's more cohesive to the rest of the level, right? So this thing is now firing. The metal looks kind of similar. The only problem is that that metal is a different metal than that, which in Remastered they did fix it, but they also left in the fucking FFG over here and not deleting it, which would save you so many frames. There's like no point in keeping this here other than just the laziness of not removing it. Like, look at this. Like, what, like, why? Why is this still rendered? Like, I don't get it. Like, what is the reason for doing this? Like, sure, it looks cool on, like, older machines, but it just doesn't make any sense. Like, this doesn't even have collision anymore. I don't know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. Oh, that has Doppler? Nice. These things are probably still rendered, yep. Everything in here is still rendered. It's no wonder performance drops like a fucking brick. And of course they have this thing here, which is technically, I think we see that, but maybe we don't. Or no, this is on the other side, so we wouldn't see it. Does this actually have proper collision now? No, it doesn't. So it does move with the platform though, so that means that this is intended to be attached to that same arm. Second elite, huh? Okay. You can, at this point, without any of these skulls, you could actually jump up towards this thing and see this here, but the one thing I don't think Bungie understood was where these other elites came from. Like the ones that we're about to go fight in the actual station here. Because there's no, like... So you're telling me that these elites came in here, right? Right above an elevator shaft? And they took the elevator down? I don't know, it just seems very unconventional.
Just so you know, there are quite a few elites guarding the bomb. You may need to get creative.
Jesus. And this was the thing, I didn't know that there was a Marine back here, but here he is. He's just kind of chilling.
Enemies over there, Chief.
Yeah, no shit. You can see this whole thing reloading and loading. Which is actually really cool. You get to see the Gauss, you know, like ammunition itself get loaded. As far as I know, there's like no barrier to... There's no way to go back up. Kind of. I mean, it's glass, which is... Well, actually the glass isn't there. So you could kind of... If you could squeeze through this, I bet you could... Well, no. That glass prevents grenades from going through, so I bet it prevents us from going through.
Meet inside your head now.
I don't know how unstuttery the stream is, but I don't really care at this point. I need to bring up my other PC that Ricky gave me, because for right now I've just been using it for like soft streams, but I need to, for one, I need to switch to HDMI because I'm using my display port, but I'm gonna need to find some sort of way to just have two monitors, like one for one PC and one for the other, because right now it's kind of confusing and
Any idea what it means?
awful and disgusting. We regret not skipping the cutscene.
Wake up.
Shake it off, Marines! Clear the crash site. Go, go, go!
Now, the secrets of this map aren't really too secret, I guess you could say. Everybody kind of knows that you can escape off the top of that other roof. And, you know, like, there's a... back where we came from. Over here, let me just... this area. You can always just, you know, jump on top of this roof and then go that way, which is not very interesting, because I've just kind of... I've done that a million bajillion times. My jackal's in the courtyard. You're not sneaking, man. Why was he sneaking? Oh, fuck.
We got jackals in the courtyard. Grenade! Buggers, heading over the rooftops. Ha! Keep it up.
Hey, anytime you want more, mate, you know where I am.
I guess I won't really do anything until these enemies are done.
Heads up! Heads up! Right where I thought you'd be. I lost track of the damn thing. Oh, stick your head out.
Among Us. And the Phantom comes in. I'm assuming, yeah, from there.
Eyes up, Phantom's back.
But that's where the driver's at. I assume, at least. Unless it's just the turret I'm shooting at, and they just love shooting me through their own ship, which is hilarious. Okay, maybe it's not hilarious now. I swear my inputs aren't being registered. I was trying to like nudge the stick to zoom in so that I could use tiny movements for the sniper.
Copy that. Someone get a satchel on the gate.
Wow, that radius sounds terrible. Holy fuck. It was dynamic in Halo 2. And it sounded way better because the sound chip for the Xbox is so much better than the 360's interpretation. Alright, well, now that we're done here, you can see that there's like nothing
Our pilots didn't make it.
any moment now. Ooh, crash? Usually when the audio stops, that means crash. Wow. Holy fuck.
Find a hole, stay put. We'll come to you.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Oh, that performance is terrible. What? What? Okay, I can see all the way to that street because that's where we need to go for the level, right? But man, the complexity. There's so many things going on that this engine literally cannot handle it. It's almost like there's no LOD, like level of detail. Like, it's kind of hard to see unless I zoom in artificially, but you see how like there's no Marines there, and then you zoom in, there's Marines, and then you zoom in even more, and then there's detail. Like that is essentially, that's how Bungie got this game to work on the Xbox. And that's why I have 99 frames, 103 something, you know. But when you turn this on, it's like 30, 17, 21, 25. Not that this is supposed to, you know, that's not the way that you're supposed to play the game, obviously, but this is just terrible performance. Oh no.
Let's get him!
Anything worse than shackles? Shackles with sniper rifles.
Guys, get in touch with the masculine side now!
It's like Saber Interactive, and I don't even know if this is Saber's fault anymore. I want to say it's Saber, but it's obviously 343. They see the 60 FPS mark, and that's like, that's what we have to maintain, you know, like they don't look at it as if like that's, you know, a luxury.
Understood. I'll keep an eye on him. Chief, good luck.
And then the Pelican disappears here, yeah. See, like, the problem I have with this is, like, Bungie obviously has none of this loaded, right? None of this at all. Like, you can maybe go over here, like, if you went high enough and then got out of the level. God, I don't even know how to get out of the level here. I'd have to go backwards and then around. Now it's a hard barrier. Yeah, but this is Bungie's hard-coded barrier. You cannot go beyond or through. This is not something that you can go through. But Saber Interactive, regardless of that, has this loaded with animations? Like, really, dude? No one, like, and they even have Steam that you can't even see. They have all this stuff loaded, because my checkpoint is here at this bridge. And yet they have all of this animation stuff still. Where Bungie has none of that, it's just like a tight box. Like, a very, 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 very tight box. And that would be fine, except for the fact that Bungie never intended to have steam stacks with steam coming out of it and smoke from the pelicans still. You can see it when you get close, but you know, you can't see it at a distance, and that's intentional. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh yeah, and because I went far away, all of this cover is now gone. But that's fine. It's not gonna affect the way that the level really plays out.
Squeeze those suckers!
Jesus, dude, I hate these fucking bugs. Can I just give you that, please? Please just take a sniper rifle. I'm gonna grab this beam rifle. Or maybe I won't, because it... Oh, there it is. Okay. There's also a sword here that you can grab, which I feel like is better than sniper at this point. But there's like... God, dude, the performance is so different. Viewing it from here to here, it's just completely different. Like... Maybe that's my fault for loading stuff early and then going through the level, but I didn't really load much of the level since most of it is already kind of there. This is also a thing that's left over from Bungie. You couldn't really tell because it was just a black void.
You better swing, mate.
Chief, glad you can make it.
Crash site's on the other side of this hotel, Chief. Covenant are crawling all over it. Follow me.
So now, this part of the level is still not loaded, right? Even though we are going into the load of the level. But Saber still hasn't loaded, so you'll still see... Oh wow, really? Wow, really? I can actually go like right here to the end of the hallway? Holy shit. So you can see like... That's where the Pelican crashed, that... You know, those waves are completely animated. The LOD back there is animated too, which... Bungie was very smart the way that they did it, to where they had very little going on in the background. Not that it would have impeded performance, but maybe it would have for the original Xbox, I don't know. But yeah, like all this geometry is loaded. Like none of the collision is obviously loaded, but like why though? Like I think that's Saber's fault, that's not Bungie. Or I mean 343, fuck. Why did I confuse them? So right about here is where the level is loaded. Yeah. If we go back up, because now we're on the other side of the level, look at all that shit that's still loaded. Oh yeah. And you can go back. Like there's no point for this to be loaded still. There is no point in any of this to be loaded. Even the Pelican with the fire... Okay, the fire is gone, but the Pelican area is still loaded. Like, I don't understand why Saber chose to do this. Like, yeah, none of it lines up. Like, Bungie never lined any of this up, but it doesn't make any sense to do that on an original console like the Xbox. At least these buildings looks the same from the outside looking in. 'Cause holy shit, that's just fucking ridiculous.
That was me!
Look, I don't really want to take the Warthog, but whatever.
Passenger seat for me.
The highest concentration of Covenant troops is directly below the carrier. I don't think they want you to get on board. That bridge is the most direct route to the city center.
Alright, still got a ways to go.
As far as I know, you cannot go past this. Yeah, it's pretty hard coded that you cannot go far out here.
More the merrier, sir. Oh man, I love the beach. I hope you packed a suit, mate.
Cut the chatter. We got trouble.
Ah, this never gets old, mate. Hey! I'm hurt! Another kill for me! Yeah! Yeah, that's the way! Ow. Yeah! No! Come out and fight! Let me at him! Ouch! Oh, I had that one out. Yeah, nail that ghost! Wait, that better puff up, man! Hoorah! Yeah!
God, I can't aim. What the hell?
Grenade! Nice toss, Chief. Hey, here's one. Ow, ow.
I feel like the Marines are reacting to dialogue better. There's a thing that I used to do with grenades and jump up here and just kind of like drive around, but there's like literally nothing to see. Because, again, the bounding box is very little. Again, all that shit is still loaded over here. Even though we're way past the point of seeing any of it. At least they had the foresight to not do anything here, but at least Bungie put a texture on it in case you bounced up and saw that. But
Down to your own seat. Forward, muchachos!
there-
Show yourself! Shut him up good!
there we go.
How's your 3KZ? Oh! Hey! Got a ghost! This ain't good! Knew you had it in you. on, fellas.
Can I even sword fly right now? I'm gonna guess that's a no. Okay, so you can't go far on this. You can only go like towards the objective, which, wow, okay, maybe you can break the bounding box. Holy shit. Alright, well, we did it, lads. You can kind of see where Bungie mapped out like the entire like little tunnel area that you're fighting through. Although, you can really see where you end up, which is kind of like Saber actually kind of mapped it out and made it make sense. Even though that's literally just Bungie's design, but it's, you know, it makes me wonder, can you actually go down here? No. Again, another hard bounding box that you cannot get around. But that's okay. I didn't really expect. I didn't really expect to get through this other than just seeing the area. It's kind of funny that you have to use Anniversary to see any of this. I guess if you do get far enough, well, the frame rate's still really bad. So it's not really as good as it could be, but I mean, at least I can go over here now, kinda? Kind of? What even is that? Is that just like a rock texture? I don't even know what that is. Oh wow, so I am actually, well, hold on. Yeah, no, that's the limit. Yeah. That's alright. I'm guessing these are like guard towers or something? Of some kind. They actually even have a hole here that you don't even see. Interesting. Does this actually have collision though? Yeah, it does. Wow. Huh. This is a very interesting little like pier. Like a future pier kind of thing. Although this is more of a industrial area, so this is probably not exactly a pier. I don't like how they changed the human look of old Mombasa. You know, like, they gave it this, like, new futuristic look. And then just gave, like, a sort of, like, stained sandstone look to everything else. Which is fine. I mean, this stained sandstone stuff is pretty much, like, 90% of Mombasa anyways, but they just changed like a lot of things to where it's like obviously metal, and then they change it to be some sort of like weird composite material.
Chief, back us up.
Oh, that's a double? Damn.
This tunnel links up to the bridge. It's full of rats, if you know what I mean. But it beats swimming.
Eat swimming.
I've been analyzing the Covenant tactical chatter.
Can you go
They're
back?
surprised, confused. I don't think they expected us to be here. Not you and me. All of us. Humanity on Earth.
Yeah, even the Marines
Odd,
got
I know,
despawned.
but it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
Oh, it's the beach texture. That's what it is. I thought it was just a rock texture, but no, it's a beach texture. Wait, huh? Huh? Excuse me? Excuse? Apparently I got outside of the soft barrier there. It's fucking weird. Okay. So that warthog comes literally out of nowhere. Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Chief, the carrier just launched a wave of pods. They're inbound on your position.
I've been analyzing the Covenant tactical chatter. They're surprised, confused. I don't think they expected us to be here. Not
You and me.
all of us.
Humanity on Earth. Odd, I know.
I know, but it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
Ha! That's funny. It doesn't actually... Wow. So this actually has collision. Interesting. No driver or anything. Wow, it's still going. Okay, yeah, that's when they decided to end it. Wait, so now that I'm back outside, how far can I go? Not far. Not far. I can go the same way I've always gone, but... How did that happen twice? It's so slow. Wow, that melee is just insane. I've always wanted to see if I can get up through here. Come on. No, you cannot. Oh, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake. Of course, it has to be the fucking plasma. Jesus.
a wave of pods.
They're inbound on your position.
I've been analyzing the Covenant tactical chatter. They're
Surprised, confused.
I don't think
I
they
think they
expected
expected us to be here.
Not you and me. All of us.
Humanity on Earth.
Humanity on Earth. Odd, I know, but it does help explain why they came here with such a small fleet.
The Covenant must be trying to regroup. Don't let them.
Come on. One-man arming these fucking Seraphs, I think they're called. Alright, we've seen enough. We've seen enough of this level. I've had enough. I'm fucking done. Remastered, or is it gonna be in classic? I hope it's in classic so it doesn't take forever to load. The classic textures were literally in my GPU. Please do not make me load next gen. Loading next gen, cool. So I have no idea about this level. Okay, cool. Cool so far. No collision on any of these, not surprising. What if Saber Interactive had the last level completely loaded? I would fucking shit. Cool, we don't actually see this part of the city, because that's the city we just came from. And Bungie didn't even bother putting a skybox for that. But that's fine, because honestly, we don't even... I don't even know if we know what city this is technically in. But at least I don't see many repeating buildings. Oh. There and there. This? No, no. None of these buildings have collision. I'm guessing just this top part where the, where we came out of this area from, that's...
What's going down, Bubble Clown?
Kind of follow Johnson and see where he goes. He's going back towards the city that we just came from? Why would he do that? What the fuck? Okay. Now that we're here, this has collision. Very cool. Wow, it actually has drop. I had no idea. I'm gonna aim for like the middle there. Yeah, kinda. It kind of has drop. It's only at like an extreme angle does it actually drop from. Huh. Alright. You can stand on these, but it's very hard and you kind of just slide off, but... I don't actually know why is there a hole here? It's just part of the bridge. I always thought this was like, we were on top of the place that we just came from, like we went through the bridge and then came up, but... You know, I'm a fucking stupid ass kid, so I didn't really understand what the hell I was looking at. So I don't know why there's a giant hole in the bridge, but, you know, why not? That violin sounds very synthetic. It's nice they made it look similar to each other. With the seawall and everything, but I guess that's... I don't know. I guess that's where we go to next, yeah. So they would of course have this mapped out. And this is loaded. Like, kind of. Yeah, see, checkpoint. Like, I don't know why I'm checkpointed here. This goes from underground to above ground pretty quickly. So all of this will be above ground stuff that we can't even see yet. Like even that over there, that's essentially where we end up. You can't even... This is the end of the box here, so Bungie will just prevent you, yeah. Which, that's fine. We don't need to go to extensive lengths to see stuff like that. Wait, what the f... I just realized the higher up I went, yeah, what the fuck? That's the previous skybox. Or wait, no. That's the next skybox. Because that is that bridge, which maybe from that angle you could see it, but from where though? That's the opposite bridge. Like, that's the opposite side. That is weird. What the fuck? There's like no place for that over here. Unless you somehow saw it from like when you came up. But oh, the hell. Guess I need to be... Well, that was quite a welcome party.
That's quite a welcome party.
Yeah, there's nothing really interesting. I thought there would be more like hidden things that you could get to, but it's more just the limitations Bungie put on the engine, which for the good of the Xbox, for not struggling, that's why they did it. Not to really like hinder their vision in any way, but just to make the game actually run. Which, you know, a game that runs is better than a game that just, for no reason, is rendering out things that don't matter anymore. Like this game, not this one, this one. Oh, but then I'm just gonna text some people real quick. Cannot believe I just... Oh yeah, here it is. Do honey barbecue, why not? Injuries? Damage reported in Central Texas storms. Interesting. I don't live in Texas, so I don't know why it's... Okay. Anyways. Isn't there like a... Yeah, this little like pipe here. Huh. So that's what I was seeing up there. So none of the upstairs stuff has been loaded yet, but it will once I go into this tunnel here. So as far as I know, is all of this still loaded? Or did they learn their lesson? I think they learned their lesson, guys. They no longer have the thing... Oh, oh no. Why is it still terrible, though? Why is all of the performance for this game just terrible? So yeah, the scarab actually does walk all the way around. But why does it take forever to go from here to like there? It literally just sits here and waits for you to complete the mission. That is really weird. And it doesn't really make much sense to me. The scarab should just be plowing through everything and not waiting for the chief to come through, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, you can actually come all the way out over here. You can also get the scarab gun, which I don't... Waste of time getting. Interesting that they have mountainous skybox over here, which you don't even see. Like, I doubt anybody even paid attention to the fact that there were mountains over here. I guess that kind of foreshadows that Mount Kilimanjaro is over there. So, you know, eventually when this whole place is being opened up by the Covenant in Halo 3, that would make sense. Oh, that is weird. What the fuck? That is so weird. The clouds are literally moving in a different direction. That is so fucking stupid. Like, maybe it just looks better this way? I don't know. Because maybe 90% of the time you're not seeing the wind. That's cool, the little lightning thing. That's so weird. I guess this is where you end up eventually, fighting the scarab. This even... Yeah. Oh wow, and all the weapons are here? Wow. That's weird as fuck. Is that rain? No, that's the pipes. The pipes are leaking. Interesting. I never noticed that while playing 2 Anniversary. I was too focused on the Scarab to even notice any of that. Wow, that's weird. Does this leak also? I guess if you're riding the Scarab from up here, right? Like you jump on, you would notice it just barely. But yeah, the glass is here, all destructible. This is locked down, which you wouldn't think it would be, considering you would need to have it open up here, but I guess Bungie wasn't lying when they said that it was all locked down. Even this is like completely different. Or maybe it's not. God, I don't even know anymore. But the performance is way better out here in new graphics. There we go, finally. Yeah, they have all this shit out here. Even that's animated. I guess it makes sense because it's about to be loaded in from when you come from the other side here. I'm gonna ask. I in the order that I was texting somebody earlier, I put fries, and they never give us our fries when we go to this place. So I'm assuming we're not gonna get them this time either. But
Number of Marines trapped in that building, Chief. Concentrate on the raids. They're the biggest threat.
I can actually get into this Pelican, I think, now. Is it this one, or is it the... No, it's this one. Yeah. You can get in this
There's a Marine
thing.
command post in that building. We'll need to help them deal with that Scarab.
I've never actually seen the crash from... Oh, I guess I can't get out. Whoops. I guess I'm stuck in there. Oy, fucking hell.
Yes, sir?
Anyways. Hey, that thing is starting to piss me off. We gotta get back over to the squad and then we can complete the rest of this, because there's not really much to see at this point. We explored pretty much all this area, and I'm assuming some of this has collision because the Banshee needs to collide with it, and they don't want you, you know, to collide through it. Same with this, even though it's literally just a floating texture at this point.
Sir, Corporal Perez, A Company. CP's this way. The lieutenant got hit as soon as we dropped in.
Charge now, Corporal.
When I asked for reinforcements, I didn't think they'd send a Spartan.
Come on, I'll show you got trouble. See this look? It's terror!
Can I give you permission to hit? I don't think it's stopping. Get your head down.
Damn it. Damn it.
Piss me off! Green, time to kill off the scarab. He's over here, sir!
So those radio things are new, kind of. We've heard them before, but not nearly as, you know, because they're very, very staticky. All the radio stuff's very staticky for some reason. I don't understand why they did it like that. I'm assuming it's just the 360 codec that they carried over through MCC and Halo 2 Vista. They never bothered changing it, so... Any day now. Hello? What is going on? Oh god. Okay, level over. We're done. Level over. It's funny, I've played this game for like 20 years now. And one of my friends, Ricky, he's played it for, or not played it, but he's watched me play it for years and years and years. You know, like just bringing it over and having me play like Halo 3 or Halo 2 or whatever. So, like, I just kind of like, I wonder what his perspective on all this would be. Just being able to see all this and do all this stuff. And how I've just not given up on playing this game years later.
The storm has masked our approach. Then it should have their local battle net in disarray. We have the element of surprise for now.
You can immediately go straight to the end here, but there's no no way to open the door, so... There's also the, this place, this thing where you, come down here. Is this door gonna open? Wow. That door is openable.
My warriors are in position, Arbiter. They wait for you to lead them.
Is this open? Yeah, but not like what you would think. This is also where that fight takes place, or not a fight, but It's where you disable the cables. And it's right in here. You just the windows are still intact at the moment. But that's where you destroy the cable. So it'll be very interesting to just speed through this really quickly.
Engage active camouflage. Reveal yourselves only after the Arbiter has joined battle with the enemy. You may wish to do the same, Arbiter. But take heed. Your armor system is not as new as ours. Your camouflage will not last forever.
Nice. Headshot. Well, actually, you know what? I'm interested. Since we're here, I didn't get a checkpoint, but this has to be a death thing, right? Like, I'm assuming... Yeah. Not surprised. I was just thinking because the last couple of death barriers I've encountered, they don't actually kill you. They just kind of like... Well, I never actually knew there was a window there. But the last couple death barriers I've seen, they don't act like death barriers, so... I'm assuming I might be able to break past this soft barrier on the door once I open it. Yep. That was pretty easy. And what does this even let me do, other than just view the small confined space that we're in? Nothing. But Saber Interactive continues to disappoint, where they have the entire level loaded on the outside for some reason. There's no reason to do that. Where's this? Oh, there it is. Jesus. Not much you can really do here until you kill all the enemies. Okay, almost went through the ground there. That lunge was so deep. Nope. Any help? I don't need to really fight them, because there's nothing really to do here, like to break out of. There might be like a few high areas where there's something where I can like jump up and get to an area I'm not supposed to. But generally this is just like the very confined area that Halo used to be. You know, like in Halo 1 where everything was like in a small confined level and then it opened up to the open part.
My brother, I will defend the Oracle.
Its truth must not be silenced.
The heretics are mobilizing their air forces, Officer. after their leader, but watch your back.
Technically, I don't even need this. I
One of our bandits to support you.
really don't.
We've tracked the heretic leader to this part of the station. Clear that.
Yeah, and as soon as you go further inside, it just actually hard ends the level, so you're not seeing the deloaded part of the level. So far, there's no like hard sequence breaks that I can really think of, other than like maybe Delta Halo, but that's like a stretch. What happened here? Probably take that carbine. There we go. Just for the flood later. Even the elites hate the foot nipple. Foot nipple? Food nipple.
Hold your fire. Hold your fire. I wondered who the prophets would send.
Without the skull, I'd usually like try to lunge on top of this and stay here.
You must be close. Come out so we may kill you. Get in line.
But destroying those flood bodies definitely makes it easier for this. So I don't really have to wait long.
Stand firm. The flood.
Because it's just the infection forms right now. They'll be fighting here. I could help them out to make it easier. They're just throwing frag grenades. The whole point of these infection forms is to just get the revives on the dead bodies, but there's no conversions, unlike in Halo 3. So this part of the level is just very fucking slow and annoying. I'm assuming because I have acrophobia, I can just skip and go down here. Okay. No, that's a... Wow, okay, that is hard death barrier. That's the first time I've encountered that. In fact, this level seems to be the most linear. Like, that's like the second death barrier where it was just like... It was confusing to know if any of that was actually a death barrier or not. That makes this a lot easier, actually. You can just fucking do this instead of waiting for them to... Although they seem to be endlessly respawning, from what I can tell. Because it's trying to do like the encounter. Yeah, like waiting for checkpoints. I assume if I'm careful here. Yeah, checkpoint. Nope, still a death barrier. Wow. They really want you on this elevator. They really, really hate you exploring. Or not even exploring, but sequence breaking. Like, Bungie had the foresight to think, well, we don't want them, you know, doing any bullshit. Checkpoint. I'll try one more time. Okay. Now it must be safe, right? Right? Because now normally I'd be able to just jump down, yeah. I really don't like this level, but, you know, it's better than Infinite. At least this level's pretty straightforward with infinite ammo. You don't really have to conserve anything. Just fucking waste it all on everything. Grenade! The ring! They don't believe in the rings anymore, so I don't know why they're saying buy the rings. God, dude. I feel like my controller, like, is starting to, like, give me, like, weird inputs on the right thumbstick for some reason. I haven't even fucking put my Halo fucking Master Chief. There we go. Now the game is properly fucking sorted. And now the store will open and I can fucking leave. Which, I don't think there's anything here. Yeah, there's nothing here. Other than just fog and a black screen of sorts. Even like right here, it's just kind of meh, boring. Didn't bother to texture the top of this. Whatever. Maybe they did. No, they didn't. Funny. So now that we're back into the open air, any time now would be great.
Leader, the storm is about to hit. We cannot maintain our position. Bring the phantoms close to the mine. We are not leaving until the leader of these heretics is dead.
Okay. So we came from there. So the door's still here.
The flood have spread throughout the station. We don't have enough troops to manage such a large infestation. Find the leader of these heretics.
Kill him now. As far as I know, there is... Yeah, these are closed. I got a checkpoint here for some reason. Alright, video game. I'm gonna check the top here. Because I assume these windows are still intact. No, they are not. Wait, so what the fuck? So this is already in its pre-destroyed state. Huh. Interesting. Like, all of the cables are already gone, you know, essentially. But there's nothing holding this in place in Anniversary, but... You know, you do you, King Saber Interactive.
This will save me from
I've done that before, but I sword flew to him and I tried to kill him and it didn't work.
Arbiter. Return to the landing zone. The Arbiter will continue upward, cut this station loose and scare the heretic from his hole.
So they're gonna go back to the ships. Get everyone back to the ships.
Keep your blade handy. I doubt the cable can withstand its bite.
He's gonna go, wow, he just fucking got sucked into there. I guess that's how you do it, because they're not physically going into a place. They're just getting sucked up. As far as I know, this is still open. Yeah, so now it's correctly how it should look in Anniversary graphics. Kind of? Well, not really. Well, yeah, no. Yeah, it's correct. Okay. The amount of speed you can build up with this is just fucking insane. Don't need the elevator at all, that's funny.
Look at the station list. One final cable of it.
Yeah, come towards the guy with the sword. Very smart. Oh. Oh, fuck me.
We shall not forget your sacrifice.
Okay. Okay. Whatever, dude.
May our lords guide your hand. We shall not forget your sacrifice. Keep your blade handy. I doubt the cable can withstand this fight.
Do they have checkpoints up this, like, slope thing here to activate the elevator? No, they don't. Super bounce.
All my phantoms are in the air, officer. Go ahead, cut the cable.
Is there anything even out here? No. It's just very... It's a separate level altogether. Which is nice. But it doesn't make much sense. I guess to me it doesn't. Like, why do all these retractable windows just become retractable now? For like no reason.
One final cable, officer.
Oh, Jesus. Oh my god. So I'm fucked, actually? Yeah, I'm actually fucked. I got pushed outside of the level, so now I cannot get back inside. No, no, I'm good. I can do it. Kind of. Kind of. Not really, it's very hard, but... I'm not doing this again. By the props.
One final cable, officer.
Please just be the end.
That's it. The station is in free fall. The heretic leader is on the move. Do not let him escape. We'll stay with you as long as we can.
I'm gonna go get my food real quick, so I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have my food and everything that I need. I'm just gonna quickly go through this so I can hurry and eat. This is not solid, just like the other core. That core was never solid in the room where you see the Covenant leader, or the Heretic leader. He was in that little blue shield room, and there's like a yellow core thing. That is also not solid, but the glass is solid. I'm just gonna... What lunacy? So, if you step out of this, then you're dead. Holy shit.
You'll never escape this maelstrom and abandon. Wait, the hangar. There was a Sarah flight.
Oh, okay.
What's lunacy? You'll never escape this maelstrom and abandon.
Yep, it's forcing you to stay in the Banshee.
You'll never escape this maelstrom and abandon. Wait, the hangar. There was a Sarah fighter inside. Officer, you know what to do.
Why did the subtitles only pull up during the cutscene? So I'm just expecting nothing is going to be different here other than just flying through this really quick. Whoa. What the fuck? That's the first time I've seen that. And if you were on Legendary, you could go up here to his little hidey holes and kill him earlier than usual. For now, I think I'm going to stop the stream so I can watch something while I eat this food, and then I'll come back and stream the rest of the